Hi everybody, welcome to another session from the Master Academy. Today we are going to be talking about conjunctions, right? There are about 30, between 28, 27 conjunctions that we use on an everyday basis, right? And the common few are these ones that we are going to discuss over here. And still, if you have a doubt regarding any other conjunction, you can refer your question at the end of the video. Now, what is the conjunction? A conjunction is a word that joins two phrases, two incomplete sentences together to make a whole word, to make more sense out of it, and to make the sentence a bit more complex, right? So, the first conjunction is for. For basically you are using to provide a reason. Right. For example, what am I doing here? I am here for a lecture. So basically the reason that I'm giving is for a lecture. So we use the conjunction for. And the second one is and. This is joining two ideas together. For example, I'm going with my friend and we are going to go to the supermarket. So basically what I think is join two ideas together, two sentences together to make it one simple or complex one for you to understand. Very simple, right? No. No basically means now there is a slight misconception that it has to be a negative sentence. No. What it means, basically, the idea has to be negative. So basically, no is that you have two things, but none of them work for you. Basically, neither this nor that. So even if it's a positive, we use the word no to make it a negative. So it is not compulsory for it to be totally negative. It could be something positive, but when you put no as a conjunction, it turns into something negative, right? So I can say this, you see a pen and a pencil. They are positive things, they help you write. Now, what I can say is this, neither this pen nor this pencil can help you. So basically means that this pen and pencil are useless to me. So they've turned into something negative. That is when we use the term no. But again, here we go. The other one is but. But is used to show the opposite of something. I would like to go to Ahmedabad, but I don't have a vehicle. So I'm contrasting that I would like to go to Ahmedabad, but on the contrast, on the opposing side, I don't have a vehicle. So basically, it is kind of giving the kind of reason, the opposing reason that you can do something, right? Or now, or here we go. We're going to give you the same example of a pen and a pencil. Now, I'll give an option. You can either use a pen or a pencil. Now, you see, this is in a positive term. You can use a pen or a pencil. So basically, what it's trying to show you is that you have an alternative between two things. You have an option to choose from, right? Yes. When you present the statement, get to an idea that contracts the first statement logically. Like, I say I don't like eating rice, but I think yes, noodles are tasty. So basically what I'm trying to say is that my first statement was I don't like rice, right? Yes, I like the noodles and I know noodles is made somehow from rice. So logically speaking, I have to give you an explanation, a reason that I like the rice or I think noodles are good. So although I don't like something, but you're giving the second reason why that is a possibility. Maybe in the future you like it. You can use the conjunction yes. So the next one is so. This conjunction gives a reason for something. As I say, it's raining, so I'm going to go to Ahmedabad. Because I like the rain, and so I'm going to go to Ahmedabad. So is used to give a reason for something. For example, it was used for I'm going to Ahmedabad for this. But here, what is the difference between so? This is an outcome. The first one was for, that is the main reason regardless of the outcome. So is an outcome of the first sentence, right? So it was raining, so I will go to Ahmedabad. After an outcome, we can use the word so. It extends the sentence, right? Although basically means in spite of something, that although it was raining, that means it was difficult for me to go out in the rain. Although it was raining, I still went there. So you are giving an idea that though it was difficult, I still did it. We can use the conjunction although over there. Although and though. I have discussed this in very many videos prior to this that there are two kinds of English that we use, the modern English and the old English. Right now we are using modern English. Although and though are the same in some instances, right? Although and though can be interchanged. It does not matter if you know the old English or the modern English. Modern English encompasses everything. And so, in everyday life, we use although it does not matter. So, although and though, we know the conjunction Rabi saying. Excuse me. The next one is while. While refers to the moment something was happening. So, while I was teaching, a bird flew past me. So, what I'm trying to say is this conjunction is used to show something happening in parallel to what I was doing at the same time. Basically, what I mean is, while I'm teaching, the sun is shining. So, I'm teaching, the sun is shining. Two things are happening simultaneously in a parallel situation. So, we use the word while. If is you are giving an option kind of. Now, let me explain this in layman's terms. If it rains, I will not go to Ahmedabad. Now, we saw that but or so. Let us use the conjunction so. So was a reason behind the first sentence that we said. So, if it is raining, so I will go to Ahmedabad, right? So you have the first sentence. Because of raining, now you will go to Ahmedabad. If basically means that something, what to do in the event of something that happened. If it rains, I will go to Ahmedabad. If the reason happens, you will do that. If this action happens, you're going to do that. So and if are contrasting things. So is post, this is prior. So if it used to show something prior to an action. So if it rains, I will go to Ahmedabad. So you are giving, if this happens, so and so happens, I will go. Until this conjunction means up to the point that something happens. Now, until it rains, I will not go. Now you are giving a point of time duration. Until you finish your homework, you cannot come to class. So you are giving them, what do we call this in English? An ultimatum. So until you fulfill this ultimatum, we can use the word until. Until is used to show an ultimatum. Until you finish your food, you're not going to be having any drinks. Cold drinks, I mean, no hard drinks. Remember that we are in the dry, right? The dry state. Let's continue from there. Okay. We use weather as an indirect question that includes two possibilities. Now, this is like an option. Whether comes rain or shine. So, when it's raining or if the sun is shining, you have to do this, you have to do this, but you're showing them an, what do we say, an opportunity, right? But the opportunity here we see, these are known as possibilities, right? There is a slight difference between opportunities and possibilities. We will discuss that in another video. But weather is not the weather that we see, that the hot weather we see around here. We have to turn on 3 ACs, by the way. But this is talking about WHETER. These are confusing words, but don't worry. Weather is used to give you kind of possibilities. Whether is it possible for you to come or I come there. So you're telling them, if I don't come there, you can come down here. If I don't come down here, you can go there, right? So you use the word whether. After is after something has happened, post something. After it stopped raining, so here we go. Just like so, post something happening, you use the word after. After there is an action which has been completed, we use after. So I started eating after my dad started eating. So my dad started eating first. When he started eating, the next step was me. So I use the word after or the conjunction after. Before, it is the opposite. Before my dad started eating, I started. That is prior to an action beginning, right? Because it's very simple. You explain the reason. Why were you late? Because a wild dog ran behind me. Although there are very many dogs, they don't run behind you. But you can give some kind of reason. It is because, right? So one day, I give an example. A student of mine was late asking, what happened? So to be honest, I said yes. Because I didn't have a vehicle. I went, why you don't have a vehicle? What do you mean by that? He owns plenty of vehicles. So he told me because my dad was angry. Now he gave me a reason. The real reason was his dad was angry. Regardless of the reason, that was the reason he gave me. So reasoning becomes because, right? Since it's talk about the amount of time that something has been happening. Now, the primary use of since, which basically means the main purpose of since, is to talk about the amount of time that something has been happening. You have a time span, right? You want to show something specific that it started this way or that way. And the reason behind this or what is behind that, so we start using since. So she has been wearing makeup since she was 16 years old. Now you are giving them a starting point in time. Are you getting it? there are some conjunctions which do not have a starting point, but this one does. Since is a point of time, since this began, you have a specific point of time when this thing began. So we use the conjunction since. Well, as I say, when I was teaching, right, somebody else was speaking over there. So simultaneously, when I was teaching, somebody else was speaking over there. So in parallel, what was happening were, like, I give this a very good example. If you watch movies, Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, there are parallel universes. For example, if you believe in parallel universes, if you watch these movies and cartoons like I do, there are things happening simultaneously as I speak right now. In the different part of the world, in the different part of the building, things are happening here and there. So when I am speaking, somebody else is listening, somebody else is talking, somebody else is looking, staring at me. Maybe somebody else is not even wanting me to be over here. But that's another thing. But the thing is, we use when you have something in parallel learning happening at the same time, right? So when I was speaking, somebody was listening. So they were listening to my lecture, but that does not necessarily mean that they were here, right? So two things happening simultaneously. We use when, where. What does that mean? Well, some people don't care about politics, others consider it one of the most important things in their lives. Now, this is another confusing conjunction, but it is very simple. You are giving contrasting ideas. Whereas people like movies, I don't like movies. Now, that's a lie. I love movies. It is just an example, right? Whereas people don't like fizzy drinks, I love aerated drinks. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when people don't like this carbonated drinks, I like it. So where you can use it as a contrasting idea of two things. Whereas soft drinks are not fizzy, others are. Right? How? Describe the way something works. Now this is very simple. I know that sometimes you get confused. This is how something is happening. You're giving them the whole picture. So, for example, I was walking the other day. How did it happen? And you go like, I was walking and suddenly my phone rang, and now you're giving them all this detail. So, how to describe the way that something is, or how do we say this? I wrote this down, but I think I'm having it out myself. How describe the way that something is or happens is satisfied. You're giving them details, right, on how it happens. So basically, how is you're elaborating your point. Then, now this is another confusing conjunction. There is THEN, there is THAN. We are going to be focusing on this one, THAN. When you're comparing two things, this is an introductory word. For example, I had a shower first, then I had my tea. So I'm talking about having tea and then taking a shower. Two different things, right? So the first thing I did is have a glass of tea or a cup of tea, as you the Britishers call it, a cup of. I had a cup of, right? And then post that, I did what? Took a shower. No, I had a shower first and then took a cup of tea. So basically, when I'm comparing two things, the first step, the second step, that I'm going to use this conjunction, then, right? Okay. Now, these are correlated. Don't worry about this. For example, of this English that you see over here. We are just going to continue the discussion on conjunctions. They are correlative, they are coordinating, whatnot. It does not matter. Whether or. These are two conjunctions which have to be in the same sentence. Now, you are giving them an option. Remember, whether or. In the first part of this lecture, we saw that whether you do this comparing two ideas and giving them two options, it is the same thing. Whether you come or not, I will go. So basically means it makes no difference whether you come or not, although I'm giving an option, right? Whether you come or not, I will be going. So you are giving them options. How? You have kind of an ultimatum, whether you come or not, whether it is raining or shining, I will go. So you have two different ideas, two different options, but to make them sound more complex in the sentence, we start using this conjunction, right? Again, either or. Now this has kind of an ultimatum to it. You have two options, either this or this. You have to choose one, so you have to have one option. So you are giving them either means this or that. You can choose whatever you want, but you have to choose one. So again, an ultimatum. Now, neither nor. Basically, as I say, neither no negative side. So you're giving them an ultimatum. This won't work, neither will this. So basically, a pen and a pencil that we took an example before, neither a pen will work, neither nor a pencil. So negative ultimatum. Both. Ah, very interesting. Both means this and this. 1 and 2. Right? So basically both means you have to go with this and you have to go with that also. You have no other options. Both basically means right side, wrong side, front side, whatever you want to discuss, but there are two things that you have to take into account. Right. Not only, but also, wow. This is one of my favorite phrases that my professor used to use because I was a bit naughty in my school. But let's forget that. My professor used to shout at me, not only I will make you done your homework, but also your homework is incomplete and that sort of thing. I mean, he was right. I was a bit hasty in my day and age, but I realized that learning is important. So here we go. You are giving them two ideas, but not only, but also is basically like, not only have you not eaten, you have not even finished your work. So you have these two options, you have completed neither of them. And last but not least, if and then the work is when then separate two clauses, you're able to talk about something, something, blah, 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 blah. My favorite example, I always use this. If it rains, then I will not go from the store. If this happens, if this reason occurs, then remember I told you THE, then here we go. If something happens, then I will not do this. So you have point number one, you have a reason. If that reason is completed, then this second part will happen. Now, I know all these things have been very fast for some of you people. You have doubts about this. Trust me, English is not something that you can learn overnight, right? It is a language. It will take some time, right? And there is some physical, I know since the COVID hit us, we have been doing these things online and whatnot, but sometimes a physical visit and something face to face is much different than these classes, right? We are doing this video just to give you a general sense of what English is all about. But still, we keep on telling you, please feel free to comment on how we can improve our lectures. And if you really have doubts, please feel free to comment on our videos below. And remember, you still have doubts, come visit us at our physical address. That is 4th floor, Megmalhar Complex, Sector 11, Gandhinagar. Till then, adios and have a wonderful day.